What is happening, guys? My name is Words, and today we're going to talk about the new crafting system in Diablo 4. It is currently in the PTR, so if you haven't tried the PTR, check out my video and see how you can try it out. In any case, let's start with the crafting system and how it all works. First thing first, you need to know where to go to actually interact with the system. So we're going to go to the blacksmith. So we come to this guy and you can tab over to tempering, and you also have mastering. Now we're going to talk about mastering first because we want to get it out of the way, because it's the one that you're going to do after you deal with tempering. So we're going to get it out of the way first. So to master any piece of gear, you're going to have to first temper it. And then you also need to have a unique to actually use mastering. So let's try an example right here. So I'm going to click on mastering. As you can see, I have nothing available right now to master because I do not have a unique here, and I also do not have a fully tempered gear. So let's flip this out. So I'm going to drop a unique. And if we go on Masterwork, as you can see, now I have something available for me to Masterwork. So if I pull this here and put it in here, and these are the resources that you are going to need to actually Masterwork. Now, this one is going to be very new to everybody because this is the one that you have to fight a boss in the pit. So you can get those. Once you fight a boss in the pit, then it will drop those and you can just bring those so you can use them to masterwork your gear. And again, like I said, you can only masterwork unique and also gear that are fully tempered. Now, when I talk about a gear that is fully tempered, a gear, let's say for instance, this one right here, I'm going to put this on here. And as you can see, I have one tempered item. The affixes, you can have 5 affixes on a piece of gear. As you can see, this one only have 4. So if I have 5 affixes on there, then I would be able to start masterworking this piece of gear. But I only have 4, so it's not fully tempered, so I cannot really masterwork it. So that's the gist of masterworking, and we're gonna leave this out of the way. And we're going to go back to tempering. Tempering is basically what you are going to first initiate before you can masterwork anything. So let's go talk about tempering. Now, to temper any piece of gear, you're just going to come here, and then you're going to go move over to the tempering tab. And as you can see, now you can just bring an item here directly, or you can just click on one of those recipes. Basically, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 categories. It can either be weapons, offensive, defensive, resource, mobility, and utility. And those are the manuals that you are going to find. And we're talking about temper manuals. You find those in the wild, killing bosses or playing the game. Basically, that's where you're going to find those. Now, when you find those in the wild, as you can see, it says learn or drop. If you learn this recipe, it's going to unlock it and it's going to be in your codex. So as an example, I'm going to learn this one. So this actually goes to my codex. I'm going to show you in a second. And this one, if I also learn this one, as you can see, this one is a rare one. The last one was a legendary. So I'm going to learn this. I'm just going to learn all of those so they can go to my codex. And this one is a legendary temper manual. And you can see all the affixes that it has that you can use for your gear. So I'm just going to learn this one as well. Now, if we go to the codex, and in the codex, you can see you have the Codex of Power. And inside the Codex of Power, this is where you can find the tempering recipes. And there are a lot of them, 262. So basically, you're going to have to play the game pretty much a lot to actually unlock all of them. And eventually you will be able to unlock all of them. That's the way things are. So that's what we got to do. And all of them are here. There's different manuals, different recipes for classes and also for type of gear. So you get the gist of everything. So there are so many of them, but you're going to see that everyone that you've already unlocked is going to show you here. And then the one that you have not unlocked, you can see they are on the bottom. So the ones you unlock are on top, and the ones you haven't unlocked are on the bottom. So you just got to play the game, like I said, to actually unlock them. And it's going to see this is your percentage for the total of thing. And then for weapons, 5 out of 63. And for offensive, 1 out of 66. So you get the gist of things. So let's go back to tempering. All right, now when you interact with the UI, there's 2 different ways that you can do this. If you can see we're on tempering, I can just click on something like, for instance, weapons or offensive. If I click on this, and I have all the options here that I can choose from. Let's say for my build, I want to just do the werebear augment. I can click on this. As you can see now, it highlights the only thing I can actually put those affixes on, and that will be the weapon. And now all I got to do is just drag it over and pull it in. And now we have 2 different options. I have offensive and I also have weapons. This one, you can see this, I already roll one, so I can re-roll. And for this one right here, as you can see, I have 1 temper item. So if I do this, I'm just going to re-roll this, and what I already have on there, it's just going to switch. But if we go for the offensive, I have this one right here, and I'm just going to add this on there. So I'm going to click on this, and it's going to temper it. These are the materials needed to actually temper an item. And veiled crystal is going to be the bane of everything, because you're going to need a lot of those, and they go really fast. And the only way you can get veiled crystal is by playing Hell Tides and playing the game like normally, and also when you break rare equipment. Now, the thing is, rare equipment, you can only find those at the very low level. So if you're already in level 4, when you break legendary items, you're not going to get those. As you can see what veiled crystals say, how you can get them. Now, a lot of people already complaining about the veiled crystal issue, so I'm pretty much after the PTR, Blizzard might address this. And otherwise, all you gotta do is just go down to lower level or world tier 1 and then start farming rare materials, and that way you can just get veiled crystal. But this is a story for another day. So here we are going to temper this on this item. So just gonna go as you can see, there is an animation, and you don't have to go through the animation. You can just skip it, but for the purpose of this video, we'll let this go. And we're gonna go look at the item. As you can see, now I have 2 tempered affixes on there. All right, so we're gonna close this. Now, if we click on mastering, like we talked before, I have this available because I have 5 affixes on there. 2 of them are tempered because the item is fully tempered. So if I want to masterwork this, I can just bring this right here. Then I am going to use my materials here. So it costs 5 of those. Those are the more rare materials that you're going to have to farm the pit to get those. And so for the purpose of this video, we are going to masterwork this, even though I don't need to do that, but I'm going to do it. So masterwork is complete for this piece of gear. So we can take a look at it. What it does, what mastering does, it actually, as you can see right here, it increases the affixes. So, and that's the purpose of mastering. So if you're going to min-max your build, min-max your gear, and that's how you do this. So we got an example of mastering. Now, crafting is not all about affixes. So we also have to deal with aspects. So you come to this guy, the occultist in a different place right now. And now if I want to change any of my affixes, then I can come and do that here. Also, if I want to enchant anything on my build, then I can do that here. So we're going to go to enchant, and here we can take a piece of gear. Let's say, for instance, I take the helmet now. we already did our affixes on there. Let's say that now I just want to switch certain things. And those are my availability. As you can see, those are the 3 things I can just enchant. And you did not see any of those other affixes that I added on there. That's the way things are. So let's go with, say for instance, I want to switch this, and I would just go do enchant, pay the fee, and then that's it. So, but I'm not going to do this right now because I don't want to do it. And also, for the occultist, you can also add your aspects. And with the new system, let's say I want to add a different aspect on my helmet. I can just come here, put the helmet on, and then here you can go to the Codex of Power. Now, the way it works nowadays is that once you have an aspect, if it's max, then you have it forever. You can just put it on your gear anytime that you want to. You don't have to wait till you get another one. So it is glorious. And as you can see with all the aspects, you can see they have numbers, say 1 out of 16. When it gets to 16 out of 16, then I mean it's max. So I won't have to worry about anything. So all I got to do, if I want the max aspect stats, then that's what I'm going to do. Let me see if I have one that is 16 out of 16. I don't have one that is 16 out of 16, but I have one that is close, that is 14 out of 16. As you can see, once you find a piece of gear, it's going to have an upgrade for the aspect. So if you destroy the piece of gear, legendary piece of gear, and the aspect is going to go to your codex, and it's going to add to your aspects that is in the codex and to make it a higher value. So that's the way this is going to work. As an example, I have an amulet in my inventory that I can destroy to upgrade the aspect. So if I go in here in the codex and I type barrier, you can see that I have these aspects here. It is at 2 out of 16. All right, so let's close this. Now, if we go to the blacksmith and then I junk this, and then I'm going to go see this guy and I'm just going to junk this. Because it's got an aspect that can upgrade the one in the codex, you're going to see. As you can see on the left side, it says it's upgraded in the Codex of Power. So if we go back to the Codex of Power, we search again for barrier. As you can see right now, it upgraded from 2 out of 16 to 7 out of 16. That means we are getting closer to 16 out of 16, where the aspect will be maxed out. And then all we got to do now is whenever we want it, we can just equip it and we get the max number. Now, we talk about everything that I wanted to talk about to you guys. Hopefully this helps somebody out. And I know there's going to be a lot of changes. This is right now, this PTR, we're getting a lot of feedbacks, and the devs are going to get the feedback, and they're going to decide to change or not changing things, and we will see when things are live. But this was the gist of the crafting, the new crafting system. Again, hopefully this helps you guys out. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.